You've probably witnessed the latest trend, or maybe you even consider it a fad, to go from the sauna to an ice bath and vice versa. This is known as contrast therapy, and while most people might see it as a fad or a trend, it does have legitimate benefits to you and your health if you're able to do it over your lifespan. What is contrast therapy? It's going from sauna to ice or vice versa for an extended period of time. So an example of this would be sitting in the sauna for 20 minutes, going to the ice bath for 3 minutes, then jumping back into the sauna for another 20-minute session, back into the ice, maybe doing this for 3 to 5 rounds. Now in this video, I'm not going to get into how many minutes you should do or not do, or whether you should jump from the sauna right into the ice. You can go find that information elsewhere. What I do want to introduce is why this modality has been impactful to my life and why I believe it could be super helpful for yours as well. What are some of the common benefits of contrast therapy? Improved circulation, reduction in inflammation. It's going to help with your muscle recovery. And my favorite, it's going to improve your mood. Now, how did I get introduced to contrast therapy in the first place? Well, if I dial back the clock about 15 to 16 years ago, the first gym that I was going to, the local YMCA back in Burlington, New Jersey, had a sauna. So what I would do is before I would work out, I would typically go in the sauna for 5 to 10 minutes, get my body warm, start sweating a little bit, go work out, and then I would end my workout with a sauna session as well. Back in the day, I was mainly doing sauna because I thought it was going to help my performance in the gym. My first introduction to ice bath or cold plunge was when I played collegiate sports. And the reason that we were going in ice baths was to reduce the pain and inflammation that we were experiencing from playing every single day. Now, putting the two together wasn't something that I really did until my mid-20s when it started to become more popular. And again, I started with, how is this going to improve the performance in my life? Not truly understanding how powerful this could be. And this is what I hope to convey to you, is that this doesn't just have to be about performance. It can be about improving your overall life and well-being and potentially extending your lifespan by reducing your chance of injury and disease. So as I was consistently doing sauna and ice, I realized it was something that I wanted to invest thousands of dollars in and put right at my home so that I could do it every single day and not have to rely on other services or the time I was going to waste driving to and from those different businesses. So I've already mentioned the common benefits. I feel that everybody that does sauna and ice or contrast therapy is going to experience that. There are a couple of things that I've recognized from doing this consistently for a few years now that have left a powerful impact on my life. And I believe that it could be potentially saving my life in the current moment. So if you've seen me before or followed any of my content, you know that I have autoimmune issues. Specifically, I have celiac disease, which causes a lot of gut inflammation and has been very frustrating for me to deal with at certain times in my life. And when you have an autoimmune disease like I do, the common benefit that everybody is trying to seek is a reduction in inflammation. So the first thing that I really started to understand when I did sauna and ice was that I felt less inflamed. And now that I can reflect back on why, a couple things come to mind. So when I get in the sauna and ice frequently, I notice that my stress is reduced, which then allows me to sleep better, which means that my body is recovering more. So every single day that I do the sauna and the ice, my body is going to operate at a higher capacity. Now, the byproduct of that reduced inflammation is my ability to perform better in sports and athletics. As I explained earlier, my introduction to contrast therapy was due to performance, but what I wasn't recognizing was how much stress athletics and sports actually put on your body, and I wasn't really focused on the recovery aspect. Now, you don't have to be an athlete to benefit from these two. One of the most beautiful things that I've witnessed in my life after investing in these modalities is the ability to share this experience with my family members. So when my parents come to town or my mother-in-law comes to town, I get to witness them doing these modalities as well. They get to improve their mood, reduce their stress, reduce their inflammation, and I can sleep better at night knowing that I'm doing my part to help my family live a healthier and happier life. Which brings me to the second thing that I wasn't necessarily focused on when I started doing contrast therapy, and that's relationships and community. If you were to look at the blue zones in the world, it's the highest concentration of centenarians, so the most amount of people that have lived to 100 or above. One of the common themes is they are very integrated into their communities. They have a lot of family members around them. They have a lot of people that they love and they support them around them. And this is something that I don't think gets talked about enough in the world of health and wellness. So yes, it's going to improve your circulation. Yes, it's going to improve your muscle recovery, so you're going to be able to perform better. It's going to reduce the stress. It's going to reduce that inflammation. but more importantly, it's going to bring you closer to the people that you love, and your life is going to be more fulfilling because of that. This is something that not only I've witnessed here in my backyard, but my local gym at Squatch Frontier Fitness, where there's a huge sauna and ice community, and some of the best discussions and best relationships that I've built in my life have stemmed from contrast therapy. And what goes hand in hand with having a supportive community and people around you is personal love and personal enjoyment. That's where the sauna and the ice is something that if I don't do it, I recognize I start to miss it. So if I'm traveling, or if I have a couple weeks where I have people in town and I'm just off my general schedule, I notice that I'm just not as happy, I'm not as fulfilled, and I know it's directly related to the sauna and the ice. And this is something, again, that I don't think is talked about enough in the health and wellness world, is doing more things that you enjoy and doing things that bring enjoyment to your life, things that are fun, things that just bring more light and energy to every single day. Contrast therapy does that for me, and I know it can do it for a lot of other people out there. So if you're looking to have more fun in your life, better your relationships, reduce your inflammation, and improve your chances of longevity, I highly recommend investing in contrast therapy and potentially giving yourself direct access to it by putting it in your backyard. Now, if this is not something that you can afford right now, I highly recommend searching for local gyms and different wellness and recovery centers that I'm sure will have beautiful saunas and ice baths that you can participate in contrast therapy. And I guarantee that you'll meet other like-minded people there that are discussing some of the things that I'm talking about here today. If you liked what you saw here today and you would love to learn more about what sauna I purchased and built behind me, please go watch this video right here. And if you're interested on how I use ice to perform better as a hybrid athlete, go check out this video right here.